Welcome to the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast.
A simple warning. We know many of you are planning a wedding right now. We may be tempted to drop an F-bomb or other descriptive words. Keep this in mind if you have small children in the room or are on a Zoom call. You've been warned.
The Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast.
Let's be honest, planning a wedding is tricky. And at Be Engaged and Inspired, we'll share our knowledge to help you navigate these tricky waters and leaving you feeling inspired.
The Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast is sponsored by EasyEventPlanning.com. They make planning any event fast and easy. EasyEventPlanning.com. And now your hosts, Kia and DJ Sam.
Welcome to the Be Engaged and Inspired Podcast. This is DJ Sam from Atmosphere Productions. Remember, I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
I know.
In the words of the Temptations, welcome to another great episode of the Be Engaged and Inspired Podcast. And here today, as you can hear those laughing voices in the background, are...
Hi, I'm Heidi from Heidi Hanson Photography in Engaged, Connecticut.
Hi, everyone. Michele Dreiding with Here to the Moon Travel and Destination Weddings Unlimited.
Yay!
Woo! Before we begin, we're going to have our tip for Wedding Tip Wednesday from Sam.
Yes, well, it's not from me. I probably stole it from somebody. But the Wedding Tip Wednesday is available on the Be Engaged and Inspired Facebook group page. It's there every Wednesday. Join the group. It's free, and you get your tip.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is brought to you by Emerge Cosmetics. Are you ready to emerge? A new line of luxurious lipsticks and lip glosses created with the intention of empowerment and coming into who you truly are. Strong, beautiful, and confident. Use the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast coupon code EBI10 at shopemergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% discount. That's coupon code EBI10 for 10% discount at shopemergecosmetics.com. Emerge as the true you.
Dollar Tree is the nation's #1 destination for value shopping. All of their stores are well lit and crammed with all kinds of hidden treasures. Dollar Tree offers a plethora of merchandise that includes many national and regionally trusted brands. It doesn't matter if you're looking for housewares, dinnerware, candy, snacks, stationery, or holiday needs. You're going to find it at Dollar Tree. You can shop at your hometown store or shop online for exclusive offers, manufacturer closeouts, watch videos, and join their Value Seekers Club. On top of all that, you can have your order shipped for free directly to your local store. To visit DollarTree.com, click on the link in the show notes to let them know we sent you. Doing so helps keep our podcast going. Dollar Tree.
Help us out. Make a donation now to help support this podcast. Please go to our anchor.fm profile, click Support This Podcast at the top of the page, or use the link in the show notes of this episode, or go to the Atmosphere Productions business profile on Venmo. Thank you for making a donation and helping support this podcast.
You're listening to the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast.
Today's Wedding Tip Wednesday is for the grooms out there, or for the men. Pack your overnight bag a few days before you leave. Make sure you have your essentials, including a phone charger. That is very important. And any little things that you want to have handy for your wedding day, plus some comfortable clothing to get changed into.
Yes, highly recommend getting comfy clothes to change into after, especially if you're going to an after party. And the phone charger is huge because your phone is going to need to be charged.
And as Kia has said, Kia's not here, by the way, and Heidi's amply filling in again for us. Kia's told the story many times of the bags getting lost, and all that's left is what the groom and the bride brought as their change kit.
Yes. Make sure you have any medication that you need to in that bag because that's very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
So that's our Wedding Tip Wednesday. Don't forget to use the Be Engaged and Inspired coupon EBI10, that's EBI10 at shopemergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% discount. That's coupon code EBI10 for 10% discount at shopemergecosmetics.com. Emerge as the true you. And since we have Michele back here, obviously we're going to talk something about travel. And Heidi, what are we going to talk about?
Today, we are talking about tips to save for your dream honeymoon.
Yes.
Ooh. And you have some ideas, right, Michele?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely do.
Before you do that, I don't want to forget, give us your social media stuff.
Yes. I thought you were going to ask for my social security number. I was like, oh, okay. Wow, we're getting real deep on this.
You can slip that in as well with your bank account information.
Yes. Everybody can reach me at 1-844-MOON-872. And you can find me on social media at Here to the Moon Travel and at Destination Weddings Unlimited.
Yoo-hoo!
Woo!
Yeah.
And full disclosure, Michele has actually planned trips for me, so I know her work personally. So don't just go by my words. Believe what she says, because it's true.
Believe everything.
Believe everything she says.
We're working with a few couples right now that are doing destinations weddings. So,
Yeah, we're working together with Engaged Connecticut and also myself, Destination Weddings Unlimited.
Good. So full disclosure out there. So all right, so let's get to these tips then. Tips for saving for your dream honeymoon. Everybody has a plan for their dream honeymoon. What's the first thing that we should get started here?
So I think one of the best tips is to kind of cut back on your daily habits. So those of you that hit Starbucks or Dunkin' every day, maybe brew your own coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, so this does not apply to me. But those are, eating out, kind of cut back with that. I think that would definitely help.
That's a good point. I mean, little things add up. And you could just take that $3, $4 and just put it in a little bank and maybe make something cute out of it. Maybe like a little house or something really neat where it's like you put a little lock on it. I'm saying this because I know somebody that did this and it was really adorable. And you could put a lock on it and just put a little slit and then put that money in there. And you could put like a palm tree or make it something fun, and that could be like your honey fund.
And you wouldn't be surprised how quickly that money grows.
Yeah.
You go out to dinner every Friday or Saturday. You stop doing that for, 6 months, and that can go nicely towards your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One of the things is booking early, and this is kind of where Michele would come in. Mm-hmm. Once you kind of decide where you want to go, it's important to book early. And why?
Well, I would say it's great to book early because it gives you the opportunity to save longer. And also what I'm able to do for my clients is do payment plans. So some people might not have all that money right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So maybe
That's
just
a good
put down,
idea.
a couple $100. And then if you want to, put a couple $100 along the way every month or every 2 months, then you can certainly do that. So so booking early will help you spread out those payments. And then also there's early booking bonuses for a lot of hotels. So they'll hook you up with a little discount there to do it early. So they encourage you to book with them.
Now, is there any sort of minimum deposit you have to put down to book one?
It all varies. I mean, it could be anywhere from $40. It could be, and then it comes down to the airlines too. So the airlines used to hook up a very low cost for a deposit, but a little bit, it's kind of gone up a little bit.
Of course.
Yes, yeah. But overall, you don't have to put everything out, which is great.
Okay, so by the same token, then, is you should look for sales.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a good sale, right?
Yeah, of course not.
So yeah, I would say keeping your eyes peeled, and again, that's good to work with an advisor because typically what they do, and myself included, is we're essentially like brokers. So we see all the goods behind the scenes. So you see stuff on your your third party websites, but we see that and more. So don't have a disillusion that you can't save even more money working with an advisor or a partner because they do have access to a lot of deals and things that maybe those online providers are not able to do.
Right, and as you said on the first time you were with us, you don't get paid by the client.
Correct.
You get paid by the resort or wherever.
Or the suppliers and whatnot. So yes,
so
exactly.
it's in their best interest to do that, to grab somebody like you who knows all the ins and outs and have them work for you because it's not coming out of their pocket. They did. I mean, there's nothing free, but they don't have to pay for it up front.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So if you basically are going online and you see something, whether you get it through them or you get it through myself, you could either be paying the same money or less, and you'd also be supporting small businesses and people that actually truly, truly care about you and your business and making sure that you have the best experience.
Excellent point. Honeymoon Registries. This is where Heidi comes in.
A lot of couples are doing this, especially couples that have been together for a long time. They've lived together for a long time. Several of our couples getting married this year are high school sweethearts and just finally said, let's do it. So you have everything. You don't need the dishes. You don't need the towels or If you see stuff you like, you just buy it anyway. So a lot of couples are doing honeymoon registries, and there's a bunch of online registries that are super easy to function.
Yeah, it is.
So do they have to pick a destination first before they do the registry?
No, they don't.
Oh,
No,
that's even
they don't.
better.
It's almost like a bank account,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
I mean, and you got ones like Honey Fund.
Yep.
I have a partnership with Honeymoon Wishes, and it's really neat because you could put pictures and you can select. Let's just say you're going to Hawaii for
Yep.
your honeymoon. You can add excursions, so you put pictures of the excursions
that you wanna go
and
on.
even though that money doesn't directly go to it, but that is what the intentions are for that. So you'll have a picture of, scuba diving or zip lining or a candlelit dinner or a bottle of champagne.
Yep.
And essentially, that person could put that in their cart, and then they know they get basically a beautiful card that says, you've been given a private dinner on the beach from Joe and Carol.
I'm glad you mentioned that because when we went for our 30th anniversary, that's one of the things that I absolutely wanted to do was to have dinner on the beach. And because there was literally nobody else in Aruba at the time, literally we were on the beach by ourselves in this hut with a little dinner thing set up. It was
so
fantastic.
nice.
As we're watching the sun go down. I must recommend if you're going on a honeymoon, make sure you book that up in advance. Don't wait till you get down there and say to the hotel, hey, we want to do the moonlit thing, but it's probably booked up. So book that in advance. It's one of the best things you could ever do if you're going on a honeymoon. The moonlit dinner or sunrise breakfast. You could do either, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And to Heidi's point, the registries are great for that. So instead of you having to do it that early, have somebody set it up for you.
Yeah.
There on your behalf. Because nobody needs another toaster, you know?
All right, we're going to take a little break and come back with some more tips for you for saving for that dream honeymoon. But first, I want to remind you about the official New Bride Name Change Kit. It's a complete name change kit for new brides and same-sex marriage couples containing instructions, checklists, and all government forms for you to complete. Plus, labels for your envelopes, and it's customized to your state and local jurisdiction. That's the best thing. Everything you need. Just open the pretty pink box and get ready to go from Miss to Mrs., Mr. to Mr. without any hassle at all. The official New Bride Name Change Kit. Use the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding podcast link in the show notes of this show or visit atmosphere-productions.com. Select the podcast link and click on the namechangekit.com banner. Clicking the link doesn't cost you anything, but your purchase will help compensate us and keep this podcast alive.
Each week, the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding podcast posts a new episode sharing wedding tips, knowledge, and speaking with wedding experts, all as a chance to help you navigate your way through planning your own wedding. Have a topic you want us to cover? Want to send us a message? Email us at engagedct@gmail.com, go to the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast Facebook group page, or on anchor.fm and select message. Your message will be recorded and may be aired on a future episode.
The Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding podcast will be right back.
Hey, Sam, when it comes to finding the right professional vendor, it can seem overwhelming to know where to start.
It can, Kia, unless you use easyeventplanning.com because they'll find perfect vendors for your event within your budget and deliver them right to your inbox. You can search through over 28 categories of party and wedding services. Get the details you need to narrow down your choices quickly with their category-specific profiles. Chat with vendors via text, audio, or video from any device.
EasyEventPlanning.com will make planning your wedding or event easy, from their extensive vendor directory to their free tips on favors, decorations, themes, and more. Contact them today at EasyEventPlanning.com.
Emerge Cosmetics. Are you ready to emerge?
I love this lipstick. I'm super picky about how a lipstick feels. Most are either too dry feeling or feel like you've oiled your lips. This not only felt great, but lasted and looked great hours later. The color Angelina is perfection, a must-have in my collection.
This is Lauren Simpson from Emerge Cosmetics, a professional makeup artist with over a decade of experience in the beauty industry. That's the reaction we're getting from our new line of carefully curated lip products that wear well and feel comfortable. These are a must-have for your collection. All products are made in the USA, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and most are vegan. Shop EmergeCosmetics.com for lipsticks and lip glosses glosses that not only feel great, but last for hours in an array of different colors. Free shipping on orders over $100. Use the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast coupon code EBI10 at shopemergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% discount. That's coupon code EBI10 for 10% discount at shopemergecosmetics.com. Emerge as the true you.
When your wedding entertainment has to have amazing music, be fun, organized, and professional, your choice has to be Atmosphere Productions. DJs, live musicians, custom lighting, and photo booths. As seen on the TLC TV series 4 Weddings, winner of the Wedding Wire Couples Choice Award and DJ Times DJ of the Month. Experience the difference. www.atmosphere-productions.com. That's www.atmosphere-productions.com.
Hey, Aaron Miller here from Aaron Miller Photography.
I'm Michelle from Destination Weddings Unlimited.
This is Marty Q.
I'm Donna from Creative Cakes by Donna, and I listen every week.
You should tell an engaged friend.
And I always listen to DJ Sam and Kia
on the Be Engaged and Inspired podcast. Jeff Ladd here from Tire Biter and Jeff Ladd DJ Plus.
This is Christina Wesley from La Femme Boudoir Photography.
Tell an engaged friend or somebody planning an event.
I'm Lauren Simpson from LA Page Makeup, and I listen every week for the great tips and suggestions.
You should tell an engaged friend.
Every single Wednesday. And you know what? It's free.
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 Free on iTunes and Google Podcasts. I suggest you listen too.
You should listen to.
Engage CT offers couples the opportunity to work with experienced wedding planners, one-of-a-kind wedding venues, along with design and wedding rentals. We plan real weddings for real couples. Located in West Hartford, serving all New England, look us up on Facebook and Instagram under Engage CT and www.engagect.com.
Destination Weddings Unlimited is your destination wedding and honeymoon specialist worldwide. Call us at 844-666-6872. Online at destinationweddingsunlimited.com. Allow us to take the stress and time off your plate so you can have an amazing experience. We're able to walk you through the process and handle all the travel and coordination needs. Destination Weddings Unlimited, online at destinationweddingsunlimited.com.
Meadowbrook Estates and Mansion is located in Marlborough, Connecticut, perfectly situated between New York City and Boston. Our one-of-a-kind 10,500 square foot venue offers lodging for up to 30 guests and a stunning ballroom for intimate weddings. Looking to host a larger event? We have a gorgeous outside setting right next to our heated pool and small rambling brook. Contact us at Engage Connecticut for more details.
Honey Fund, the world's #1 wedding registry. Honey Fund helps real couples realize their wedding and honeymoon dreams. Honey Fund's #1 online wedding gift registry makes it easy to give and receive the perfect wedding gift, one that reflects the couple's unique style and makes giving fun for the wedding guest. As the world's most popular crowdfunding site for weddings, honeymoons, and more, Honey Fund has helped hundreds of thousands of couples make their wedding dreams come true with an easy-to-use funding platform. Honey Fund, a gift card wedding registry that's as flexible as cash. Use the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast link in the show notes or visit atmosphere-productions.com. Select the podcast link and click on the Honey Fund banner. That's atmosphere-productions.com. Select the podcast link and click on the Honey Fund banner.
Heidi Hanson Photography. Fun, happy, a little unorthodox, sometimes silly, with lots of candid. Hi, this is Heidi from Heidi Hanson Photography. www.HeidiHansonPhotography.com. I like being goofy with my couples, making them laugh, and overall just having a blast on their wedding day. Every wedding day is different, and that is what keeps my job super awesome. I service Connecticut and New York. You can find me on www.HeidiHansonPhotography.com and also on social media.
Join us next week on the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast when I ask Kia, should I DIY?
Or should you pro DJ edition?
Well, these questions will be answered next week on the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast.
They call, send letters, email, and visit your home. They're not friends or family. They're con artists, scammers, and criminals. In times like these, it's important to learn how to protect yourself. Credit card schemes, bogus investment opportunities, and free vacation scams are just a few ways that today's criminals target you and your family. Protect yourself. Never give anyone your social security number, credit card, or bank account information unless you initiated the call. Stay informed of current scams by contacting your Attorney General's office and Better Business Bureau. If you're a victim, Reporting the con to the local authorities will prevent others from suffering the same fate. To learn more about how to keep your family safe from con artists and scams, visit ncpc.org. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding podcast, sponsored by EasyEventPlanning.com. They make planning any event fast and easy. EasyEventPlanning.com. With your hosts, Kia and DJ Sam.
Welcome back to Be Engaged and Inspired, the greatest podcast on this earth. What's the matter? You think I
agree.
overdid it?
It is.
And so you should. Here today on this podcast, we're discussing saving for your honeymoon, and we have our guest host, S with the mostess, Heidi.
Hello.
And we had to have a travel expert help us out on this because I'm terrible with travel. So we got Michele.
Hi, guys.
Let's give you your social media stuff one more time.
All right. It's at Here to the Moon Travel, and that's HERE to the Moon Travel, and also at Destination Weddings Unlimited.
No hyphens or anything.
No hyphens.
Okay.
Find me.
There's a lot of words in there, so grab your pen, rewind and write it down.
Okay, what's up next, Heidi?
Oh, so when you're actually at your honeymoon, mention that you're on your honeymoon.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that.
So my husband and I actually did this when we were not engaged.
Oh my goodness, shyster.
We were in Antigua and we were at this beautiful dinner, like under the stars, and it actually was the night he proposed to me. But I didn't at the time I didn't know it, so I told our hostess that we were on our honeymoon.
So they were probably really confused.
So then it looked really bad that he actually got down on one knee after and proposed. But we got some champagne out of it.
There you go.
So there you go.
It's true. That's a great point, though. A lot of hotels and resorts are equipped to really make it really extra special. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they will have an actual package that you can get added on, and that will include, decorating like a bubble bath, your bed, getting yourself some nice amenities like a fruit plate or cheese plate, and that's why it's great to have an advisor that will make sure that they put that down in the notes and they demand that there's a bottle of champagne for them.
That's true, because that's what you did for us for our 30th anniversary. When we got there, there was a bottle of champagne in the room for us. So, that's a little incentive. Get a planner to do it. You get well taken care of. Mm-hmm. Next up on the list is check out alternative lodgings. All-inclusive vacations are great, but there are bed and breakfasts.
I love bed and breakfasts.
They're so cozy, especially on the Cape.
Yep.
Those are so nice.
Oh, on the Cape. Oh, you guys are... Yeah. There's different...
Nice New England feel.
That's right.
Yep.
You don't have to go far and wide. You can stay right here in good old Connecticut or the states above us. Yep. Anything else? Somebody give me something.
Well, avoiding travel times during peak seasons. If you are able to avoid going during a holiday, a spring break, a winter break, especially between everyone. Oh, let me go between Christmas and New Year's. And I'm like, And listen, by all means, if you want to spend that money, you go ahead. But there's no need. There really, truly is no need if you can avoid it. And I know we have work and people are teachers and whatnot. But I would just say if you can avoid anywhere overlapping at any holiday, then you will save yourself some money.
All right. So look at the calendar and figure out where the holidays are.
Yes.
And then book opposite that.
Book not that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So what about, you get married in May. Mm-hmm. Would it be a good idea then to take your honeymoon in
May?
October? Oh, so May is a good time.
May would be great.
Okay.
Except over Memorial Day weekend. But I would say May is a fabulous time to travel. And then I would say the fall is probably the least expensive time for the Caribbean specifically, because it is during the peak of hurricane season.
Oh, that's true. Yep. That's true.
But technically, May to November is actually hurricane season. So that's like the whole year anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to get yourself some travel insurance that covers you for weather.
Good
and
point.
Plan as you want to plan. And then you can save yourself some money. And if you have to change it, you just have to be flexible. And I'd say, August and September are probably the peak of hurricanes. But after that, October's hit or miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my point, I guess, was you don't have to go to your honeymoon directly after the wedding.
No.
Correct? You could stretch it out and do it at a slower time of year. Okay.
We have a lot of couples that what they call mini moons.
Yes.
So you go away for that next week, just maybe you go to Vermont or someplace closer, and then the next year you're doing the big honeymoon.
Yeah, I found there was a lot of mini moons happening in the last probably 6 to 8 months or so.
Yeah.
People were just trying to figure out what they're going to do. So I think the mini moon was a great option.
I think it's a great idea. I like to just go off on trips with the wife, too. I go up to Canada. We do that quite often. But it's nice to just get away. Now, I'm leading to a point here.
Are you?
I'm trying to thread the needle. One of my clients actually went on their honeymoon before the wedding.
A pre-moon.
Because they wanted to rest before they got into the...
I love that concept. I've never heard it before, and I think it's great.
I thought it was a great idea.
I'm going to start promoting that. A pre-moon.
You come up with a name for it
I
as
know
well.
a lot of people do that before they have a baby.
Yes, and the baby moon. That's a big. Those are big. Yeah. Those are really big.
Is that how they got the baby in the first place? Is by going on?
Exactly.
Now, another one of these that's going to involve Michelle is skip major airlines and airports. What's the story behind that?
I don't know about all that.
Now, I do know direct flights are much more expensive.
Yes.
Not always.
Oh,
not always. Not always. Not always. And listen, you're going to end up spending more money if, with your layovers, and God forbid, something happens and then you miss your next layover and you have to stay overnight. I mean, it could turn into a nightmare.
Right.
So to save yourself a couple bucks, it never ends up paying.
You mean go for the direct flight?
Go for it.
Yeah, that was my worst mistake because I didn't get Michelle for when we went to Australia. And we missed the flight. We went from Hartford to Atlanta. And in Atlanta, the plane engine trouble. So we waited for an hour. And that hour meant that in L.A., we missed the plane. Because, as you know, there's only one flight out to Australia. And that's at 11:30 or whatever on every day. We missed the flight.
Oh, no.
So I was on the phone. It's my anniversary. And, blah, 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 blah. And they took care of us. But still, I wish I had flown from New York straight to L.A., and not dicked around and done that. But lesson learned.
Lesson learned. We all have done it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say, go the most efficient way you can. If we're talking thousands of dollars or 500 plus, okay, that's a difference. But when you're talking a couple of hundred, which, believe it or not, a lot of people do. They say, okay, no, I'm saving $200. No,
you're not.
You're adding
the
stress. And you just tacked on another 3 to 4 to 5 hours to your trip. Why? Go home. Get
Way
home.
more stress, not worth it.
Yeah.
And as I've learned, that those 2 or 3 hours may not even be that, because if there's something wrong with the plane, those
forget
2 or
it.
3 hours are gone.
Yep.
Boom,
Gone.
you're done.
Yep.
All right. Any more tips before we wrap up this subject that we are laboring under?
I would say work with a specialist, because
Work with a professional.
It's a craft. It's a really special craft, and anybody, can go online and book something, but Michelle or someone like Michelle will guide you through the entire process, hold your hand, help you get insurance, and just make your trip so much less stressful.
Thank you, Heidi, and I completely agree with you.
And the check's in the mail, right?
Exactly. Well, listen, you're right. I mean, the internet's amazing, and there's a lot of good information on there. But at the end of the day, having somebody to help guide you, especially during, these days, there's a lot of changes, and you just don't want to get yourself caught up where you don't know what to do, how to handle it. And literally all you have to do is pick up the phone, text, call, email, and you have a human that's going to be there to help.
Who knows what's going on?
Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Michelle. Give us your social media stuff once again.
All right.
Because we're inviting everybody that's listening to this podcast. Please shop locally. And Michelle is local right here in Connecticut, and she can take care of you anywhere in the world.
I would really like that. Yes. You guys can reach me at 1-844-MOON-872. And you can also find me on social media at Here to the Moon Travel. And that's HERE to the Moon Travel. And also Destination Weddings Unlimited. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today at Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast. Remember, you can find us online. Look for Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast on social media. You can listen to us on Google or Apple Podcasts or wherever you stream or download your podcasts. If you have a question, feel free to send it to us at engagedct@gmail.com. And we'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you, Heidi, for subbing for Kia. Kia will be back next week. And my final departing tip is don't forget to use the Be Engaged and Inspired Wedding Podcast coupon. That is EBI10, EBI10 at shopemergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% discount. That's coupon code EBI10 for 10% discounts at shopemergecosmetics.com. Emerge as the true you. And once again, they're a local kinetic company, and we encourage you to shop locally for everybody that is a sponsor here on our little old podcast, because we shop locally. You should too. We shall see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Thanks to our sponsors, easyeventplanning.com.